This week, Nintendo announced Nintendo Labo, a slightly unfortunately named project that the company declared was aimed at inspiring people outside of their usual core market to perhaps pick up a Switch for the first time. To quote Nintendo directly, it was designed to inspire creative minds and playful hearts alike. The trailer for Labo is pretty mind-blowing. It starts off with a few pieces of printed cardboard and pretty soon it builds what feels like an entire world out of the stuff. Cardboard fishing rods, cardboard pianos, cardboard robots, you name it. But despite the rather Michel Gondry-esque premise, we're pretty sure that Nintendo Labo may just be the most Nintendo thing we've ever seen, and we are super into it. Here are 5 reasons why we cannot wait to get our hands on it. I mean, if we get practical for a second, it could be a bad idea to nestle an expensive piece of tech in around 60 quid's worth of cardboard and then hand it over to an overexcited young child to throw it around as though their life depended on it. But who wants practical? There are 2.5 Labo sets announced thus far. The so-called Variety Kit costs $69.99 US and includes the house, RC cars, fishing rod, motorbike and piano sets, or Toy-Cons, as they are officially branded, comprised of 25 pieces of foldable cardboard, while the Robot Kit costs $79.99 US and comes with a cool robot suit. Both of these include an actual game cartridge too, before anyone gets any smart ideas to simply print off the Toy-Con cardboard kits themselves. There's also a customization set that comes with fun stencils, stickers and coloured tape, which will cost you $9 US and 99 cents. I mean, sure, this is all a lot of money if you're thinking of Toy-Cons as just a couple of cardboard boxes strapped together, but there's so much more than that. Each Toy-Con seems to be a mini feat of engineering, something bizarre and brilliant that's been cooked up with the sole purpose of making someone's jaw drop. We haven't really seen much of the games that'll actually accompany these kits, and it's possible that they'll amount to little more than a series of tech demos. But if you could merge these Toy-Cons with a gaming experience like WarioWare or other fun party titles, then we're talking. And just because the games might seem simple now, doesn't mean there isn't room to grow, expand, and include more recognisable figures from Nintendo's stable in the future. The fishing rod in particular is calling out for a Link fishing game tie-in. Or imagine the possibilities when you get Pikmin involved, or even Mario himself with some Mario Kart-like construction akin to the motorbike included with the Variety Kit. All of the things we've seen so far in the Nintendo Labo trailer are kind of proof of concepts, and given how Labo is received, we could see much more elaborate Toy-Con crossovers in the future. In the meantime, there are a few constructions in the trailer that don't seem to be featured in any of the kits announced thus far, including what looks like a camera, a full-sized steering wheel, and a bird. So it's a split-second sneak peek into the future. Nintendo Labo might actually be a useful tool to teach kids more about science, construction, and coding. The piano works through the infrared camera on the Joy-Con, seeing and interpreting reflective tape on the back of the piano keys as musical notes when the keys are pushed down. It absolutely blows our minds to think that the Nintendo Switch can be used to power a remote-controlled buggy through vibration alone. Just imagine what kids will make of it. And Nintendo wants to reward that curiosity. The mechanics of each Toy-Con are explained by cartoon characters on the Switch, breaking down the basics of coding and engineering. On the Switch screen, you can delve into a cross-section of each model that explains what the Joy-Con camera can see, and how it makes every piece of the puzzle work. It's a wonderful, indulgent, and encouraging peek behind the curtain for the incurably curious, young and old alike. It could make arts and crafts cool again. Our hearts grew 3 sizes when, at the end of the trailer, Nintendo showed that you can customize and colour in your Labo creations with stickers and felt tip pens. It's pretty much the most wholesome thing we've ever seen. According to people who have been lucky enough to play Nintendo Labo already, the piano can take up to 2 hours to build. Imagine spending an afternoon folding and making something like that, colouring it in and making it your own, and then at the end of it being able to use it like it's the real thing. Labo clearly follows in similar footsteps to Toys to Life games and LEGO Dimensions, which also had a building element to it. But the fact that everything is made out of cardboard and string makes it that much more appealing and, in a way, nostalgic. It's like an evolution of the cast-off cardboard boxes you'd piece together and play with as a child, just, you know, on steroids. And hopefully, over time, the fact that it's all cardboard based will also mean it's cheaper to collect. We do hope it's all recycle friendly though, for when the fun is done. That said, cardboard will be easier to fix than plastic peripherals. You can simply glue or tape the cardboard toy cons back together and hide the damage with stickers, paint, or coloured tape. It might actually get more people into gaming. As Nintendo originally stated, one of its goals for Labo was to expand the Switch's player base with an interactive experience specially crafted for kids and those who are kids at heart. As crazy successful as the Switch has already been, selling over 10 million consoles in just 9 months, Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima recently talked about how important growing the Switch's audience was for the console's second year, and, crucially, that the console now needed to attract an audience who were not already core gamers. Kimishima said that Nintendo's main task was to add more users, including people who barely touch game consoles. It's kind of brilliant that Nintendo has gone right back to its roots as a toy maker in the process of looking forward to the future. And as one former Nintendo employee recently pointed out on Twitter, Nintendo actually tried out a range of foldable cardboard toys already, 40 years ago. So although Labo is geared primarily towards children, older fans will surely appreciate the history behind the design and the modding opportunities that the technology can inspire. And at the heart of it all, just imagine the bright young minds that this kind of tactile, accessible tech can entice. Wonderful. Look, it could be that Labo is the sort of innovative idea that sounds incredible in theory, but the reality is that after a few hours crouched over on your living room floor, you just end up with a bored child, partner, grandparent, Koopa Trooper, and a very expensive pile of recyclable rubbish. But the truth is, even the fact that Nintendo is willing to try something like this warms our heart. To apply this kind of thinking outside the box, and then to take that box and transform it into something else entirely, and to steadfastly believe that people want more from games than just what they see on their screen, well, that's really what pushing boundaries is all about. And it's also what Nintendo has always done and probably will always do. That a company wants to spark imagination and creativity in kids when plenty of other studios are happy to churn out another yearly first-person shooter or stabbing simulator and leave it at that is a small wonder in itself. In short, we're glad Nintendo Labo exists, and we can't wait to see what comes of it. What do you think? Is Labo a stroke of genius or just the next big fad? Let us know in the comments and do subscribe to Eurogamer for more Nintendo videos. In fact, why not try out one of the videos on screen now? We're off to get creative with the big old pile of pizza boxes in our kitchen. It's best to get some practice in now, you know? Thanks for watching. Bye!